Hi there, I'm Eric with My Boring Channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about two of the most popular free website builders on the internet, WordPress.com and Wix. Now you might wonder why I said WordPress.com instead of just WordPress. Wait for a little bit, there's an answer coming soon. Anyway, I digress. This video is going to be split into 4 sections. Section 1 is going to be a general overview of each system. Section 2 is going to talk about the features of each system. In Section 3, I'll discuss the pricing of each system. Yes, both WordPress.com and Wix offer completely free websites to anyone. However, they do have to make money, so they do offer paid upgrades to their free websites. So I'll talk about that in Section 3. And in Section 4, I'm going to talk about how you can move out of your apartment complex and own your very own home. Wait a minute, you might say, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And I would say you're right. That does not make any sense. Not yet. Okay, Section 1, the overview. I like to call Wix and WordPress.com apartment complex systems. Why? Well, because they're kind of like apartment complexes. You have a lot of limitations placed upon you. For example, when you live in an apartment complex, you can't knock out the back wall and add on a mudroom to your apartment. You can't punch holes in the wall. You can't paint the exterior whatever color you'd like. You can't raise chickens on the back deck. You just have a lot of limitations because you don't own the place. Same goes for WordPress.com and Wix. There are a lot of limitations placed upon you. For example, you won't have your own domain name if you use one of their free offerings. You'll have something like yourname.wordpress.com. There are limitations placed upon you in terms of storage, in terms of e-commerce. You'll have ads on your site in different places. There are just a lot of limitations if you want to go with one of these apartment complex systems. Now, that being said, you can eliminate a lot of these limitations by paying for upgrades. But no matter what, even if you pay for all the upgrades, you're still living in an apartment complex. Now, apartment complex living has a lot of benefits actually, and the main one being is that everything that's difficult is taken care of for you. You don't have to fix your own carpets, you don't have to fix your own plumbing, you don't have to worry about electrical or security or painting the exterior or keeping up the yard. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. The same goes for WordPress.com and Wix. Everything is taken care of for you, all the technical aspects. Backups, site security, protection from hackers, site speed. It's a turnkey system. Everything just works perfectly for you. Okay, now, this all begs the question, if I don't want to live in an apartment complex, what are my options? I will cover that. Don't worry, that's in Section 4. Okay, we made it to Section 2. Now we're going to talk about the features of each of these systems. So let's take a look at this fancy little chart I made. And you can see that the free version of WordPress gives you 3 gigabytes of storage space compared to the free version of Wix, which gives you 500 megabytes. So the WordPress free offering gives you 6 times the storage space. Take a few minutes to hit pause and check out the chart. You'll see that WordPress.com clearly wins the storage space battle. Okay, what about domain names? Well, you don't get a domain name with either of the free website offerings. You get something like this, yourname.wordpress.com. Something similar like that with Wix. But as the chart shows you, you can get a domain name with the premium plans with both WordPress and Wix. You get a free domain name with any of the premium WordPress plans, and you get a free domain name with most of the Wix premium plans except for the Connect domain plan, which in my opinion is just kind of a garbage plan. I would never recommend that one. Now, in just a couple minutes, I'm going to talk about the hidden costs that go along with domain names. Next, we have subscriptions. What I mean by subscriptions is you may want your site readers to receive automatic email notifications when you publish a post. With WordPress.com, you have that option. And with WordPress.com, you also have the option to allow your site visitors to subscribe to comment conversations. So say, for example, they post a comment and they want automatic notifications of new comments. You can do that with WordPress.com. Those features are not available with Wix. However, Wix does allow you to collect email addresses by installing an app that collects email addresses and has a sign-up form. And then you can install another app which allows you to send out newsletters to people. You can't send newsletters with the WordPress.com plans. So Wix has one up on WordPress there. Support for the WordPress.com system and the Wix system basically stinks. For the free offering, you can basically post in a forum and hope for an answer sometime. It can take days. When you upgrade to WordPress.com's premium plans, you get email support or you get live chat support. The live chat is 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, with limited hours on the weekends. So it's not perfect, but it's pretty good. With Wix, you can either send an email or schedule a callback. And based on the reading I've done, sometimes those callbacks can be a long time coming. So I think the support edge goes to WordPress.com, but really for all of them, it's kind of crummy. With the top-end Wix plan, the VIP plan, you do get VIP support, phone support. So I'm not sure what that looks like because I've never purchased that plan. Now what about the themes for your website? Well, with WordPress.com, you get access to 133 free themes, and then I think there are 330 total themes. So the rest of the themes are premium themes. You have to pay for them. With Wix, there are 366, that I counted anyway, free themes, and there are over 400 themes total. So 366 of them are free, and the others are premium themes that you have to pay for. Now, once you upgrade to the premium or business plan with WordPress.com, you get access to all the themes, the free ones and the premium themes. With the Wix plans, with all of them, you can either access the 366 free ones or pay for the premium ones. So in terms of variety, I think Wix has the edge here, especially with the free themes, or templates as Wix calls them. Customization options are pretty basic for all of these. For any of these plans, you cannot really delve into the code of your website. The Wix plans do allow you to insert your own custom HTML and JavaScript and things like that, which WordPress doesn't really allow you to do. With the premium and business WordPress plans, you have advanced customization, which gives you access to all your website's CSS. So you have a lot more styling options, which is really nice. But none of the plans for either WordPress.com or Wix allow you to really get into the code of your website and tweak it. With the free offerings from WordPress.com and the free offering from Wix, you will have ads on your website. Now, you will also have ads on your website with the Connect domain plan from Wix. At $5 a month, that seems like a waste. Don't get the Connect domain plan. All the other premium plans for both WordPress.com and Wix have no ads. Now, the next feature I said is earning money. With WordPress.com, you can't do e-commerce at all, but you can use their Word Ads program. I'm not sure if it really works or how profitable it will be if you try it out. I've never tried it. But with the premium plan and the business plan, you have access to their Word Ads program. The next thing I want to mention is video storage. When you upgrade to the premium plan with WordPress.com or the business plan, you can now store videos on your website and play the videos in a player directly on your website. I don't think you can do that with Wix. And personally for me, I don't do that on my websites at all. I just use my YouTube videos and then embed them into my website. And you can do that for free with any of these systems. Okay, plugins. WordPress is open source software, and I'll get into that a little bit more in section 4. But because it's open source, there are thousands, tens of thousands of plugins that enhance the functionality of WordPress. Well, with WordPress.com, that apartment complex system, you cannot use those plugins or any custom themes because there are also thousands and thousands of custom themes. You can't use those with the WordPress.com plans except for the business plan, the top plan from WordPress.com. You can now install plugins and custom themes, which was never before possible. So this is a new feature for the top-end WordPress.com plan. And that's pretty awesome because now you can add all sorts of functionality and you can change the look and feel of your site in ways never before possible with a WordPress.com plan. With Wix, you can install one of hundreds of apps on any of these websites, on any of the Wix plans, and that will further enhance the functionality of your site. Now, some of the apps don't work on the lower end plans, and some of the apps cost money. So it's up to you which ones you want to use, but you can install those apps on any of the Wix plans. You cannot have an online store or utilize e-commerce in any way with any of the WordPress.com plans. You also cannot have an online store with the Wix plans until you get to their top two plans, their e-commerce plan and their VIP plan. With those two plans, you can have an online store, and that's really nice. So Wix clearly has the edge over WordPress.com when it comes to e-commerce. Now, just a quick side note, I do want to say that you can use WordPress software because it's open source and have e-commerce on it. How do you do that? I'll talk about that in section 4, so wait. The next section is price. I'm going to talk about price in a lot more detail in section 3, so just wait a moment for that. Ease of use. Wix is easier for beginners. It's got a drag and drop system, and it's really pretty self-explanatory and has not a real steep learning curve. WordPress, on the other hand, has a little steeper learning curve, and it is a little more challenging, especially for people with no experience making websites. So the edge goes to Wix in this category. Now, the next section is responsive. What does responsive mean? Well, it means, does your site resize automatically and look good on a mobile device, and then resize again and look good on a desktop computer? That's what responsive means. Considering that half of traffic these days is from mobile devices, and that number is just going up, it's very, very, very important that your website be responsive. I hate to say it, folks, but Wix templates are not very responsive. They really don't look that great on mobile devices. Now, what I'm going to ask you to do is, in a minute, I'm going to ask you to pause this video and do what I'm going to tell you to do. What I'd like you to do is go to Google and type in Wix Showcase, and then click on the first result, and you'll see a bunch of Wix websites that Wix is showcasing. They want you to look at these websites because they like them. They're good websites, and they look beautiful on desktops. But I want you to do this activity on your mobile phone. Type in Wix Showcase on Google, click on the first result on your mobile phone, start browsing through the websites, and see what you see. See if you see any images that are slid off the page. See if you see text that is slid off the page. See if the navigation works. See if all the links work. See if there are other weird issues that occur on mobile phones with the Wix websites. I kind of think you're going to find some issues, because I know that every time I've tried this activity, it's just frustrating because the Wix websites don't look good. Now, that being said, Wix does have a mobile editor which you can use to create like a second version of your website. So you create your main website with the template you choose, and then you open up the mobile editor and you basically tweak your site to look good on a mobile device. So you're creating kind of two versions of your site. So it's a lot more complicated to make your site really responsive with Wix. Now, a lot of people don't even know they're supposed to do this, so that's why the site doesn't look good at all on a mobile device, because they haven't utilized the Wix mobile editor. But even with people who have taken time to utilize the Wix mobile editor, I still find problems with Wix websites on mobile devices. And so in that sense, I have to say they're not really responsive. You'll see online that Wix templates are responsive. I kind of have to disagree. I'd like you to do the same activity with WordPress. Go to Google and type in WordPress Showcase. Find a site that showcases WordPress websites. Browse to them on your mobile device and see what you get. You're going to see a lot of websites that look really beautiful on your desktop and that also resize perfectly and look really beautiful on your mobile device. Do Wix or WordPress.com offer email? The answer is no. None of the plans offer email. What I mean by that is, if you get your own web host, you can have email with your domain name. So for instance, my domain name is myboringchannel.net. So I can have an email address that's eric@myboringchannel.net, or becky@myboringchannel.net, or pat@myboringchannel.net. I have endless email addresses that I can create and allow people to use. And so that's kind of a nice feature that Wix or WordPress.com, neither of them offer. Whew, I've covered most of the features. Let's move on to section 3, pricing. Let's check out this fancy chart I created here. You can see that the plans from WordPress.com range from $4 per month up to $24.92 per month. The Wix plans range from $5 per month up to $25 per month. Now, keep in mind that if you prepay with the Wix plans for more than 1 year, say for 2 years, it's even a little bit cheaper per month. And if you pay for 3 years in advance, it's even a little bit cheaper per month. But if you pay month to month, then it's more expensive per month. Okay, check out the Wix website for more details on that. What I really want to talk about here is the total yearly price for the WordPress.com plans and the Wix.com plans, because there are some hidden costs. Let's look at the chart. Okay, you can see that I have the domain price listed as $26 per year for the WordPress.com plans. That's a total of $18 per year plus $8 per year for privacy protection. Do you really need privacy protection? I would say yes. Otherwise, people can go to your domain name and they can see your personal information, including your home address and your phone number. But wait, I thought domain names were free with these premium plans. Well, the domain names are free for 1 year. The next year, you have to pay. And with WordPress, it's $18 per year plus $8 per year for privacy protection. The same is true for the Wix plans. The cost for a domain registration with Wix is $14.95 plus $9.90 for privacy protection, which is a total of $24.85 per year. So let's look at the total cost per year for these plans. The cheapest WordPress.com plan is $74 per year. That's not bad. The most expensive WordPress.com plan is $325.04 per year. Now, the cheapest Wix premium plan is the Connect domain plan for $84.85 per year. Folks, that's a terrible plan. You still have Wix branded ads on that plan and limited bandwidth, limited everything. It's terrible. Now, on the combo plan, you get that domain name for 1 year, but then you're up to $144.85 per year. That is similar to the premium plan from WordPress.com, which comes out to $125 per year. However, you have more storage space with the WordPress.com plan, and you have unlimited bandwidth. With the combo plan, you only have 2 gigs of bandwidth. Now, unless your site is very busy, you won't exceed that bandwidth limit, but if your site does happen to get busy, which everybody wants, then you're going to have to upgrade to the next level. That's kind of bunk. The most expensive plan for WordPress.com is the business plan at $325.04 per year. If I was actually going to buy a Wix premium plan, the only plan I would buy is their VIP plan, because that's the only plan with decent technical support. And a lot of times when you're working on websites, you need technical support. So even though it's $325 per year approximately, that's the only plan I feel from Wix is really worth it. Now, if you want e-commerce, you're going to need to upgrade to the Wix plan, the $17 per month plan, which is a total of $228.85 per year. That is a fairly reasonable price for a website that offers e-commerce. However, you are limited to 20 gigabytes of storage space and 20 gigabytes of bandwidth. It's likely you won't need more than that, but you might if your site gets busy. This is why the WordPress.com plans have a little bit of an edge, because they have unlimited bandwidth. You can have as many visitors as you want, and as much traffic as your website can handle, and as much traffic as your heart desires, and unlimited traffic at any given time. My favorite plan of any of these plans is the WordPress.com personal plan. I think it is the best bang for your buck and a plan that will fit a lot of small businesses. It's only $4 a month, and with the domain costs, it's only $74 per year. That's not bad at all for a website that includes everything, including security, backups, protection from hackers, fast load times, everything. It's a turnkey system. For $4 a month, folks, that's a pretty good deal. Just remember that there are a lot of limitations placed upon you if you go with any of these plans, because you're still living in the apartment complex, folks. You don't own the place yet, so you still have to abide by their rules. Okay, section 4, moving out. I'm going to start this section with a quick explanation of what you need to have a website. you need three things. You need your website files, and that's your content and your styling, the way your website looks, it's your website. And then you need a place to store your website files. That's your web host. And then you need a domain name like yourname.com. So with those three things, your files, a place to store your files, your web host, and your domain name, you can have your website. Now, with Wix and with WordPress.com, these apartment complex systems, everything is contained within the system. So with the WordPress.com system, you have your web hosting, you have your site files, which is the WordPress.com software. It's a collection of files that make up your website. And then you have your domain name. That's all included in WordPress.com. With Wix, you have the same thing. You have your website files. It's the Wix software all put together to create your website builder and your website and your content and all that. That's the Wix software. It's your files. And then you have your web host, which is Wix. They store all your files for you. And then you have your domain name. That's all done over here in the Wix apartment complex. Now, if you want to get out of the apartment complex, what does that mean? Well, it means you have to have a new web host, okay? So that means you move away from WordPress.com as your web host and over here to some other host with Wix. If you want a new website, you have to shut down your website completely, cancel it all out, get rid of all your files, go find a new web host and start a website completely over using WordPress software or using some other software to build your website, because you can't use the Wix software outside of the Wix apartment complex. In other words, if you start with Wix, you kind of got to stay with Wix forever unless you want to just can your whole website and start over. Now, with WordPress.com, you can take your website files, pick them up, and move them over to a new host. And you can still continue using the WordPress software because WordPress software is open source. It's free. It's free for everybody to use. So there's WordPress.com, which is the apartment complex, and then there's just plain old WordPress, which is just the software that's offered for free to anybody. That's why any web host in the world allows you to use the WordPress software and build a website using the WordPress software. So that's what's so cool about WordPress.com. You can start your free website there. You can build it up. You can start getting a lot of traffic, and then you can say, I'm tired of these limitations. I want to quit renting in this apartment complex, and I want to move into my own home and do whatever I want with it. So you can take your stuff and move to a new home. That's pretty cool. So what are the benefits of owning your own website and having your own web host? Well, you get access to all your code. You can change anything the way you see fit. You aren't limited to what software you can use. You can use the WordPress software, you can use Joomla, you can use Drupal, any website building software you want, or you can even code your website yourself. You can have e-commerce. You can have e-commerce and still use the WordPress software. Your options really are unlimited, out the door, completely unlimited. You can do anything you want with your website because you own it. It's like owning your own home. You also get much better technical support. With my web host, I get 24/7 technical support, in-house technical support, 365 days a year. So if I'm having trouble in the middle of the night with something I'm working on, I can call up right then, or I can get on the chat right then and get an instant answer, personal help. It's all in-house. And it's beautiful. I can get that instant support anytime I want. I also have the ability to have email with my domain name. Eric at myboringchannel.com. Becky at myboringchannel.com. I can set up all kinds of email accounts. I can also put different websites all within the same account for no extra fee. I mean, I do have to pay for the domain name for each site, but I can add a whole bunch of websites to my plan and if I have my own web host. So in all ways and in all senses, you have complete freedom if you get a web host. And no ads, none of that stuff. All the limitations are lifted. So that's the benefit of having your own web host and owning your own website completely. But there are also some things that are considered detriments. And that is, it's a lot more complex. It takes a lot more work. You have to be sure that your site stays secure. If your site starts to slow down, you have to figure out what's wrong with it and fix it. You have to keep it all up to date. You have to make sure it's backed up. You have to make sure things work. Not too long ago, one of my websites got hacked and I couldn't figure out how to fix it. And I had to pay somebody a couple $100s to clean it up for me. And it's just one of the things that you have to deal with if you have a website that's hosted on your own web host. So let's go ahead and take one more look at pricing here. I want to show you what the cost is of having your own web host compared to these other plans we've been looking at. So the host that I use for my website, it's called InMotion Hosting. And if you use the link that I have in my description, I do make a commission, which is really nice for me. And you end up paying $3.49 per month. That's about $40 something per year, $45 per year, something like that. And then a domain name will cost you about $10 per year. And if you use my link in my description, you can get a domain name from Namecheap, and I will also get credit for that. That costs you about $10 per year. And privacy protection will be $2.88 per year for a grand total of $54.76 per year. That's right. For less than any of the apartment complex system plans, you can have unlimited freedom and pay less for it. Just remember, it's harder. It takes more work and more dedication because it's more complex. But I'm going to be honest with you here also and tell you that most businesses and most people who are serious about having a website will not go with one of the apartment complex plans. They'll get a web host and do it this way. Now, that's not to say that apartment living is bad for everybody. Some people really love apartment living, and apartment living may be perfect for you. The Wix plans or the WordPress.com plans might be perfect for you. And if so, hey, more power to you. Go that route. But if you decide you want complete freedom and you want a lower price, use my link below, set up your website, and if you need any help, contact me and I'll be glad to help you out. Thanks for watching my video today. I hope you learned a lot. Please subscribe to my channel and give my video a thumbs up. That really helps out a lot. Have a great day.